Hey guys, it's Chedak, and today I'm going to be talking about the other three sci-fi heroes. I'm going to squeeze them all into one video because they do not each deserve their most individual videos. They're all kind of gimmick heroes and they don't really excel in anywhere. So, let's talk about EDE first. His main perk, his standard perk, is critical hits with melee weapon adds melee weapon and energy damage adds 32% of current shield to damage. So that's, decent in theory, but when you start using it, you notice that it's not that good. And his commander perk adds 96% of current shield to damage. So since there's a hammer in the picture, I decided, you know what, let's build a hammer build. So I'm using the old Sid build with Knight's Impact giving me 30% impact, crit rating for hammers, maximum overload for kinetic overload, energy siphons to get my shield back so I can do that high damage, and actuated attacks for more hammer damage. Alright, so that's about it. Let's just jump right into a level 100 encampment or a level 100 mission and get some content. Alright, so this is a power level 100 mission, and this is a storm chest, and in my opinion, it did pretty well for a start. I wasn't taking that much damage, so I was able to apply all that shield damage to my critical hits. So I had 96% of my shield added to my critical hit damage, which would be, for example, if I had 100k shield, I would do 96,000 extra damage, which in my opinion was pretty good, and it was mowing down these enemies. However, that does not apply to all situations. Let's take a different encampment, for example. Like, there are situations where you will immediately lose your shield, and then in that situation, you lose all that damage. And there's no ways to upkeep that shield with Constructor, because Constructors can't use Dim Mak, and there's not a lot of hammers that can upkeep your energy while spamming attacks. Well, actually, there's no hammer that can upkeep your energy, so you can't use Bioenergy Source. Here's an example of me losing all my shield almost immediately, and then from then on, I can't use my extra damage. And with all my shield gone, I just get mowed down by enemies, and bam, I'm done. But that doesn't work for all heroes. Let me show you a different build that can upkeep shield and do all this extra damage. Alright, so let's talk about the hero I'm going to be using to make EDE good. So EDE uses shields, right? So I need to upkeep my shield somehow, and this is the best way I've decided how to do that. So with Rapid Charge with melee weapon eliminations grants me energy, and a combination of Bioenergy Source and Energy Siphon, melee weapon kills will give me both energy and shield. And then me using my energy will give me shield. So basically I have two ways to upkeep my shield, and that will keep it topped off. And then I have anatomy lessons like Tamichu and Crow Strikes, just proper scythe builds to keep my damage flow and steady. And then, with the Must Protect, because my shield will be upkeep, I will do that extra damage. So, let's jump right into it. Alright, so this is a power level 118 mission. And in this mission, the Husks weren't able to touch me because Spin to Win has a large AoE effect to kill Husks. And when they did touch me, they wouldn't do much damage because, I would upkeep it. Even if they did a lot of damage, my upkeep would come from Bioenergy Source and melee energy weapon damage, weapon eliminations. So I would upkeep my shield and allowing me to do all that extra damage from EDE, allowing me to kill the Husks much quicker. But when I wasn't spinning, it didn't do me much effect, so I had to keep spinning in order to kill Husks. So here's a different build, a sword build, but I didn't have a lot of good swords, so I kind of ended up in situations where I got surrounded really quickly, or I would lose my shield really quickly, so it just proved to me that it wouldn't be a good situation unless I had good swords. So it might be good with better swords, but since I don't have them, I wouldn't recommend it. I only have the Stormblade, and I know a lot of people don't have good swords because they were all from Frost Knight. And yeah, and I was using Dim Mak as well to upkeep my shield because there was no way for me to waste energy and gain it back. So I wouldn't recommend it on this hero, but let's start with other heroes. Let's move on to the soldier that everyone must be interested in. Alright, so this is the soldier. This is called Extraterrestrial Rio. It's basically Rio in a Martian look, in my opinion. She looks pretty Martian. And her standard perk is increases energy damage by 26% against shields. Let's have F in the chat, and some chat. Just put an F in the comment, because this hero is just so bad. I mean, it's shields. Come on. There's only 2 shields in this game, and there's not really much you can do about them. You just shoot the little shielder, or you just run into the big bubble shield, and you kill the shielder. If no one actually shoots the shields, well, let's show you that extra damage just anyways, because, yeah. But I'm just not very happy about this hero. Alright, so let's try the damage that gets the shielder. I didn't really like that, actually. Let's try the actual way to kill a shielder if we can find another one that isn't being smoked by some Spin to Win players. But yeah, basically this hero is useless. You have to shoot the shields instead of just going inside, throwing a grenade and killing the shielder like that. You have to actually shoot the shielder, which is is absolutely awful. So Terrestrial, there's no benefits to using her. She is an expedition hero, and that's about it. Moving on to Intergalactic Ken, I think he's actually very versatile as a support, and we're just gonna straight into that. Alright, so this is the build I'm doing with Intergalactic Ken, because Intergalactic Ken's abilities are eliminations with energy damage restore 8.5% of missing shields. So eliminations with energy damage for his commander perk allows it 70% of missing shields. Additionally, throwing stars deal energy damage. So he also has 3 perks that do energy damage, like Cyberclops, throwing stars, Kunai Storm, and Crescent Kick. The downside about Ken is his perks kind of suck. And also, like, when did he get so muscular? I'm pretty sure, like, he's pretty small in other pictures. Let's look at Fleetfoot Ken. Yeah, where would he get all that muscle? All right, let's just jump right into the footage. This is the build I'm using: Round Trip, Cascade, Stars, Corrosive Stars, Kunai-lation, and Rapid Fire. Just basically a bunch of buffs to the Kunai Storm and the Throwing Stars. And let's go. Alright, so when it said energy damage, I had a thought. I was like, energy damage, just like Cyberclops, that's good for abilities, guns, and gadgets. So with this gun right now I'm using the Vindertech Disintegrator. It's great AoE damage, so meaning I can kill a plentiful amount of husks with one shot. It'd be better with a shotgun build, and I should definitely do a shotgun build video, but that's not what we're covering here today. So the regeneration is decent. It's 17% of missing shields if he's in the commander, which it's not that good in my opinion. See, when I read it first, I had the assumption that it'd be 17% of shield, so I would get a large amount of shield, but what's happening is I'm getting a small amount of shield. And here's an example with like Kunai Storm. It didn't really kill, even with, you know, so that helps, but the throwing knives, that killed a lot. But my shield didn't top off. I killed like 9 husks there and it didn't fill up, so in my opinion it's kind of lackluster. I would use Survivalist Jonesian, because I would get, like, with 1 kill of a husk with the 6 ticks of HP, I'll get like 36k HP back. It's preference at this point. If you want to use this hero for shield regeneration, feel free, but if you want to use Survivalist Jonesian for HP regeneration, that's even better, because the one thing that doesn't regenerate fully to the max is HP, but shields, after a finished battle, you'll get all that juice back. Alright, so let's move on to a different hero and see how the standard perk works. It really does suck that I have to defile my precious Fragment Flurry Jest build to add Energy Siphon. But alright, yeah. So this is the build I'm going to be using to test out Intergalactic Ken in the support team. So Fragment Flurry Jest, so I can get every 13 eliminations, I gain 1 Charge Fragment, and Charge Fragments reduce the cooldown timer on your abilities like Teddy and Tower. And not Side 6 Smash, sadly. Show Phase Blaster for extra energy damage to activate his ability. My Teddy. Ooh, Teddy doesn't do energy damage on this class. That's alright. Well, energy damage has a 20% chance to zap nearby enemies for 58% of the damage dealt, which means, you know, all the other energy damage I'm doing, it's more damage. So gadgets and all that. Up the voltage for more damage. Bear Stare, which does energy damage, so my Teddy's doing a little bit of energy damage, but nah, it's just like some spice, you know, a little bit of salt on there, so rubbing my wounds. And Static Cling for energy damage from the Shock Tower. You know, the Shock Tower is going to give a little punch, a little more. And yeah, that's the build. Let's jump right into it. 5th snap. Alright, so I'm gonna be honest, I was pretty impressed with the amount of shield I was generating. So I deliberately took this damage, but I got like half my shield back, and I took like 7 hits from 108 husks. In my opinion, Energy Siphon, it's good. It's good. I can't hold it against anyone. But I'm a health boy. I'd rather go for Survivalist or something. So if you are really interested in building up more energy besides using team perks for ninjas and stuff, then feel free to use Intergalactic Ken. But in my opinion, I wouldn't. It would have been better in this video if I wasn't being attacked by the 7 waves of hell. But, you know, 4 blasters, some gunslingers, it just didn't work out. Alright, that's about it. Let's move on to the ending. Alright, so let's go over the heroes one last time to end off the video. So, EDE, besides his awesome and funny voice lines, he's actually a decent hero. So if you're going to be running him in the commander slot, I recommend running Bioenergy Source along with Anti-Cuddle Sarah, so you can waste energy and gain some shield back along with maybe a hammer with heavy attack efficiency, so you can use a lot of energy, gain a lot of energy, gain a lot of shield, and keep up your damage. So he's in B tier. Give him that. He's a pretty good hero. And let's move on to the soldier. Why did they put this in the game? I don't understand. F, absolute F. There are easier ways to kill the shielder. You do not have to waste your time and shoot the actual shield. That is just awful. Shoot the shielder. And it's crazy how they put her right next to the actual best hero of Rio, like first shot Rio, right next to the extraterrestrial. That's just awful. And then we have Intergalactic Ken. By the way, those muscles, I don't understand. I have muscles too. He got them really quickly. I mean, actually, it has been 2 years. So, I mean, I could understand why he got those muscles. His hero, his ability, it's pretty good. It's survivalist, but for energy. And I'm not an energy boy. I'm a HP boy. I mean, not energy. Shield. I'm an HP boy. He gives shield. Sorry about that. He just says energy siphon, and I keep reading that. Get that stuck in my head. And yeah, that's about it. I'd give him an A tier for efficiency, and he's definitely worth picking up. There's 3 heroes worth well, the absolute one that picks up is Cyberclops, then Intergalactic, and then just move down along the list. And that's about it for this video. If you've enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you later.